Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another walkthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition, the DLC Trespasser. And today, this is the finale to Dragon Age Inquisition Trespasser DLC. This final video of the DLC will mean the finale, the straight up finale to Dragon Age Inquisition all the way. So obviously once we're done with this one, next week playing the game that I'm playing, and then second week, third week, and fourth week, 3 new games I'm gonna play. I'm still deciding what those 3 new games are going to be, and maybe I'll let it be Dragon Age Inquisition with the Dragon Age Keep, or maybe I'll wait first and hopefully play Origins and 2, record it and upload it to YouTube first before I do my second attempt at Inquisition, but who really knows. So anyway, as I mentioned the games, those games will be linked below. The Origins 2, second attempt of Inquisition, and obviously Dragon Age the Veilguard. And you know, with the Veilguard, since there's no need for the Dragon Age Keep, you could just play it however you want. Because since, you know, it shows nothing what happens with, you know, the hero of Ferelden, Hawk, and only like who you romance is the Inquisition and the Chantry or disbanded. The Javad the Self Solace, and whatever the 4th one was, which is not the Well of Sorrows. You know, you could just play the Veilguard just like that because there's no needs. And obviously, when they announced the game, they made no plans for DLC and not any way to fix it. So, you know, there's no really any need to wait for that game, because you could just play it like that without having to worry about the backstory for the other games. So obviously, you know, Veilguard will be linked below. Other games created by BioWare that helped create Dragon Age will be linked below as well, such as the Mass Effect Trilogy, Mass Effect Andromeda, and the next Mass Effect game coming out. And similar games to the fantasy world of Dragon Age. Not going to go into details on those specific games, going to say similar fantasy world of Dragon Age will be linked below. And obviously, once again, this is the finale, because we're doing the DLC Trespasser, and once we finish the DLC Trespasser, the game is fully finished, because you obviously finish the main campaign first, but then the Trespasser DLC happens after you complete the game. So again, once we finish this, the game is fully finished. And let's finish the game. I was about to say finished. Like, let's finish the game.
The Dove Rat. All right, everyone, get ready. The sooner we stop this invasion plan, the better. We should hurry. Here they come! Why are the Kunari calling this plan Dragon's Breath? What do dragons have to do with assassinating heads of state? I don't understand any of this. Patrolling guards. We need to deal with them as quickly as possible. Quite the door.
Great Illyrian. Do the Kunari have any idea what they're dealing with?
No good.
It's no good.
Elf who is Talus. Do they mean Talus from the Mark of the Assassin DLC? Do they mean that Talus? Was she one of the characters I remember? I think she was one of the characters I remember that when the DLC came out, they had some missed opportunities by bringing in some characters, and I think she was one of them. Because, you know, she worked with Hawk to stop the Duke from getting the list of people who were Kunari. So it would have made sense for her to be in this DLC, but that disappointed a lot of people that she wasn't in it.
Is that an astrarium? How did the Kunari move it here?
And one of those weird keys you can only find with a tranquil skull.
sounded bad. Hold on a little longer. Look at all this. The Qunari text is gibberish, but it looks a great deal like they're cataloging artifacts. How many ruins must they have found to produce so much? What are they doing with it?
Morrigan said the key to an Illuvian could be anything, including knowledge or power. So they're stockpiling both. That's how they got the keystone and opened so many of the Illuvians we've seen.
Hopefully they don't have any more ancient magic crap to throw at us. That dragon skull would make a wicked armchair, though. Maybe we could take it back to Skyhold after this.
Dragon's breath is an actual dragon?
Tethar! Bars!
Inquisition! Nira Tasiyasara! Miraba Sadim Kata! Hisrat now, please! Vinekatas!
Not a chance, ma'am. The Iron Bull is just fine. When this is over, drinks are on me. Probably a lot of them. All right, break time's over. Let's do this.
captors have already mutilated her. It seems needlessly cruel to kill her.
Well, then I guess with the option to free it, we'll free it. But how the hell am I supposed to do that?
Those rings, we can clear a path for the dragon.
What am I doing? Seriously, what am I doing?
Blocked. It cannot move.
Okay, so I don't know why, but you need to use the new anchor's ability to blow them up, even though it does not make any sense of why you need to do it like that. And you have to keep on turning the flames around in a direction for the dragon to fly away when you open up the gates.
Fight the dragon or what?
Her captors have already mutilated her. It seems needlessly cruel to kill her.
Those rings, we can clear a path for the dragon.
We will not let you cut down the Atashi.
opening.
That's it! There goes our dragon!
Hashara!
Dear Inquisitor, you have such little time left. You must finally see the truth. Elven magic already tore the sky apart. If the agents of Ben Harel are not stopped, you will shatter the world as well.
The Inquisition has nothing to do with these agents.
Come, Inquisitor. I am the eyes and ears of the Canary people. Do you think you can deceive me? You would have died from the mark on your hand, but for the help of one of their chief agents. The same agent who helped seal the breach, who led you to Skyhold, who gave Corypheus the orb, then founded the Inquisition. Solus, agent of Fen Harel.
What?
Solus is an agent of Ben Harel.
Did you not know? We thought you were his ally. Solus tricked us all. He pushed a dying Canary into the Winter Palace to lure you into opposing us. Without him, we could have brought the South peace and wisdom along the gentle path. Now we must take the way of blades. Anahayden, Inquisitor. If it is any consolation, Solus will not outlive you.
Solus is the only one who can help with my mark. We find him before Vidasala does.
The Vidasala cannot have gotten far. If it keeps up like this, it will kill you. Solus must help as he did at Haven. Solus, an agent of Fen Harel. I should have suspected.
Over there. That's got to be where Solus is. he's off the leash.
Barabbas! 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 You will not leave here, Inquisitor. Antam! Ibrashal Gadi!
One of the mirrors must lead out of here.
One of the damned mirrors has to lead out of here!
We must hurry! Let us finish this!
You are Your soul is dust!
Ebesit kata, etwa ost.
Maraskata!
Your forces have failed. Leave now and tell the Canary to trouble me no further.
Solus.
That should give us more time. I suspect you have questions.
And this is something I really need to look at again. That you can find out earlier on that Solus is the Dreadwolf, but most of the ones I've seen it with, the Inquisitor is an elf, so I don't know if specifically you need to find certain codex stuff to read in order for you to find that out, or it's only for the Elven Inquisitor.
The Kunari were trying to kill you. I wanted to get here first.
I know. They sought an agent of Fen'Harel. I am no one's agent but my own. I fear that the truth is much simpler and much worse than the Canary believe.
You're Fen'Harel.
I was Solus first. Fen'Harel came later. An insult I took as a badge of pride. The Dread Wolf inspired hope in my friends, and fear in my enemies. Not unlike Inquisitor, I suppose. You also know the burden of a title that all but replaces your name.
Are you a fragment of what Fen'Harel once was? Like Mythal?
No. This is all I have ever been.
And the legends?
I sought to set my people free from slavery to would-be gods. I broke the chains of all who wished to join me. The false gods called me Fen'Harel, and when they finally went too far, I formed the Veil and banished them forever. Thus I freed the Elven people, and in so doing, destroyed their world.
How did creating the Veil destroy the world?
You saw the remains of Via Dathara. The library was intrinsically tied to the Fade, and the Veil destroyed it. There were countless other marvels, all dependent on the presence of the Fade, all destroyed. The elven legends of immortality, all true. It was not the arrival of humans that caused them to begin aging. It was me. The Veil took everything from the elves, even themselves.
You love the Fade. Why would you create the Veil to hide it all away?
Because every alternative was worse.
Meaning?
Had I not created the Veil, the Evanurus would have destroyed the entire world.
You banished the false gods. You didn't kill them.
You met Mythal, did you not? The first of my people do not die so easily. The Evanurus are banished forever, paying the ultimate price for their misdeeds.
You said that the elven gods went too far. What did they do that made you move against them?
They killed Mythal. Crime for which an eternity of torment is the only fitting punishment.
I thought Mythal was one of the Evanurus.
She was the best of them. She cared for her people. She protected them. She was a voice of reason. And in their lust for power, they killed her.
The Evanurus were elven mages. How did they come to be remembered as gods?
Slowly. It started with a war. War breeds fear. Fear breeds a desire for simplicity. Good and evil, right and wrong, chains of command. After the war ended, generals became respected elders, then kings, finally gods. The Evanurus.
That's the past. What about the future?
I lay in dark and dreaming sleep while countless wars and ages passed. I woke still weak a year before I joined you. My people fell for what I did to strike the Evanurus down. But still, some hope remains for restoration. I will save the Elven people, even if it means this world must die.
Why does this world have to die for the elves to return?
A good question, but not one I will answer. You have always shown a thoughtfulness I respected. It would be too easy to tell you too much. I am not Corypheus. I take no joy in this, but the return of my people means the end of yours. It is my fight. You should be more concerned about the Inquisition, your Inquisition. In stopping the Dragon's Breath, you have prevented an invasion by Qunari forces. With luck, they will return their focus to Tevinter. That should give you a few years of relative peace.
The Qunari said the Inquisition was unknowingly working for agents of Fen'Harel.
I gave no orders.
You led us to Skyhold.
Corypheus should have died unlocking my orb. When he survived, my plans were thrown into chaos. When you survived, I saw the Inquisition as the best hope this world had of stopping him. And you needed a home. Hence, Skyhold.
What would have happened if Corypheus had died, and you'd recovered the orb?
I would have entered the Fade using the mark you now bear. Then I would have torn down the veil. As this world burned in the raw chaos, I would have restored the world of my time. The world of the elves.
If you destroyed the veil, wouldn't the false gods be freed?
I had plans.
I never thought of you as someone who would do that, Solus.
Thank you. You must understand. I awoke in a world where the veil had blocked most people's conscious connection to the Fade. It was like walking through a world of tranquil.
We aren't even people to you.
Not at first. You showed me that I was wrong. Again. That does not make what must come next any easier.
You gave your orb to Corypheus.
Not directly. My agents allowed the Venatori to locate it. The orb had built up magical energy while I lay unconscious for millennia. I was not powerful enough to open it. The plan was for Corypheus to unlock it, and for the resulting explosion to kill him. Then I would claim the orb. I did not foresee a Tevinter Magister having learned the secret of effective immortality.
Whatever your reasons, we couldn't have defeated Corypheus without you.
Your doubts are misplaced. Everything you accomplished, you earned.
What's wrong with the Inquisition?
You created a powerful organization, and now it suffers the inevitable fate of such. Betrayal and corruption.
It's not that simple.
Do you know how I discovered the Qunari plot? The plot I disrupted by leading them to your doorstep. The Qunari spies in the Inquisition tripped over my spies in the Inquisition. The Elven Guard who led you to the Qunari body? Who intercepted the servant with the Gatlock barrel? Mine.
Why bother disrupting the Qunari plot if you're going to destroy the world regardless?
You have shown me that there is value in this world, Inquisitor. I take no joy in what I must do. Until that day comes, I would see those recovering from the breach free of the Qun.
Why?
Because I am not a monster. If they must die, I would rather they die in comfort. In any event, it is done.
I guess we owe you for that one too.
I hope it gives your people some final peace.
You control the Illuvians now?
Yes. You remember Briala from Halam Shiral? For a time, she controlled part of the labyrinth. One of my agents was supposed to take it from her, but he did not succeed. I had to override the magic personally. The Qunari stumbled upon this section independently. With them gone, the Illuvians are now mine.
There's still the matter of the anchor. It's getting worse.
Yes, I'm sorry. We are almost out of time. The mark will eventually kill you. Drawing you here gave me the chance to save you. At least for now.
If I live, I'm coming to stop you.
I know. Take my hand. I'm sorry. Live well, while time remains.
I know Varric is one of the greatest characters loved by the Dragon Age community, but every time I see the intro of Velgar, I keep asking myself, why is Varric the one there? How is he the one considered to be a close friend of Solus when they didn't even look like that close friends in here? It should have been the Inquisitor there recruiting Rook and creating the Velgar. It should have been the Inquisitor.
Something must be done, but we cannot lose the Inquisition now. We stand on the brink of war with the Canary.
Yes, because this Solus provoked them in the first place.
The Inquisition did not cause this threat. We informed the Summit of the danger.
The danger posed by Canary spies inside your organization.
Without our organization, you would not be alive to complain.
No one has forgotten what you have done. But Corypheus is 2 years dead.
If the Inquisition is to continue, it must do so as a legitimate organization, not a glorified mercenary band.
Inquisitor.
You all know what this is? A writ from Divine Justinia authorizing the formation of the Inquisition. We pledge to close the breach, find those responsible, and restore order, with or without anyone's approval. The Inquisition saved the people of Ferelden when you couldn't. We are not disbanding. And we are certainly not submitting to an empress who only sits on her throne because we kept her there. There's worse coming than anything you've yet seen. So we'll play nice. We'll bow. But not to you. The Inquisition will act as Divine Victoria's personal honor guard. Answering directly to her, we will transition from a military force into a peacekeeping organization. My own adventuring days may be done, but the Inquisition and its mission will continue.
And again, why didn't some certain characters return to the game, like Iron Bull, Fenris, and Fenrir and Meryl? Why didn't they appear in the fourth game when they should have literally appeared in the fourth game? Where were they?
My agents have found nothing. With the Illuvians, he could be anywhere.
Maintaining the Inquisition, even as a peacekeeping force, leaves us vulnerable to agents of the Dread Wolf.
But also gives us the strength to respond.
We will need to be careful.
Solus knows everything about us. Who we are, how we work, our strengths and weaknesses.
Then we find people he doesn't know. We will stop Solus by any means necessary.
And there we go. Obviously, I have said my piece for the Velguard because, why in the beginning did it show Varric with Rook and all that when it should have been the Inquisitor? Why didn't the hero Ferelden was not there with the issues with the First War and everything? Hey, you think she'd be there or he'd be there depending on who your water is because of the blight happening and so forth, regardless of who is it, dwarf, elf, and whatever. It should have mentioned something about Hawke. Is Hawke alive? Is Hawke in the has Varric been trying to find a way to free his friend? But absolutely nothing. In terms of long-term storytelling, it completely sucks. For the current story, some stuff, action, cinematics, and some small stuff, including like character creation and modeling and all that, it's good. I'll give it that. But long term, completely sucks. And obviously, there's no hopes of a redo of the game or even any DLCs because they even said there's no DLCs. So it goes to show, it does really suck. But it's what we got. Anyway, this is the last Dragon Age Inquisition video. This is the last Trespasser DLC video and the last official Inquisition game. Hope to redo this game with the Dragon Age Keep choices, but obviously it's on the PlayStation. It might work, it might not work, but we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, thank you very much for watching. As always, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and enjoy the rest of the credits with Cassandra reading her book.
What is this? A new book? All this shit is weird. Oh, Varric, that is a terrible title. What are you even thinking? The sky churned like a rolling sea on a dark and stormy night, centered on a gaping hole that led to the arse end of nowhere. A hole that spit up many things that day, comets, demons, and a whole lot of trouble. It's about the Inquisition. The din of the tavern cut the silence like it owed the carter money. In the middle, in her element, Red Jenny. She looked me up and down, mostly down. Not playing, weirdy, she said, gesturing with and dismissively eating a sandwich. Don't write that. Seriously, piss up a row. Sarah made the subtext text, which suited me fine. Court enchanter swirled into the room like a drop of beautiful poison spreading in a wineglass. She sized me up with a glance. I'm so glad you made it, my dear, she said. I am Madame de Fair, the most terrifying person you shall ever never meet. Liliane enfolded Alphonse in an embrace as warm as a serpent's kiss. I always knew I could count on your support. The Count did not feel the bite of her poisoned dart until it was too late. Even if it requires your death. Drops of rain glistened on the griffin medallion grasped tightly in Blackwall's hand. The silverite wings of valor, they mean nothing. He flung the medal to the cold and uncaring ground. You don't know what I've done. You don't know me. So romantic. Like a shadow that also moved like a knife. A shadow wearing a hat where dreams came to die. It's a riddle, he whispered. A cold riddle that gnaws at your mind, but you'll feel better when it's gone. That makes as much sense as anything Cole says. Place your herald above the law, ambassador. Whose law, my lady? Josephine's eyes glittered like angry opals. The law destroyed by rebellion, by civil war, by poor fiscal management. We are the law. Left our mark on adamant, but the dust hadn't settled, and neither had Harding. I can offer you a drink, if I catch your meaning. If you'd caught my meaning, you'd have offered a double. What is even happening here? The Iron Bull was a great slab of muscle with horns that could hang a tapestry. One eye scanned for threats, while the other hid behind an eye patch like a chantry sister's old sins. Come on, he barked, not looking back as he entered. The dancer with the great rack comes on in 5. That is spot on, actually. The commander had the look of a Templar who had seen the worst of humanity, yet still had the time to style his hair. This isn't just a war, he said, his gaze steely like a dull blade. It's the only war. Cullen! That's Cullen! The mage wore a class of handsome sneer cultivated by 1,000 years of Tevinter elitism. The name's Dorian, he glared. D-O-R-I-A-N. Spell it right, you marble-headed lump, or it's toad time. A toad? That's hardly credible. The bold elf spun, mage staff crackling like the city after a good man's murder. You're crazy, the Red Templar cried in terror. Moonlight glinted off ears like the knives you never see coming. Better to fade out than burn away. Ugh, Varric. Wait, Where am I? I don't... Oh, here it is. The Seeker clutched at my vest, her tears as desperate as they were pitiful. Varric, I was wrong about everything, she sobbed. Could you find it in your noble heart to forgive me? That dwarf, he put me in the book! I'm in the book! I am reading the shit out of this!